Hi, everyone. My name is Hazel, and I am a stage 4 lung cancer thriver. And I'm here today to talk to you about clinical trial participation. So I am almost sure that if you have cancer, sometime during your journey, you have been approached to participate in a clinical trial. I know that over the 7 years, I've been approached many, many times to participate in clinical trials. And I'm here to tell you that they're really not scary at all. I've participated in lots of different clinical trials. One of them is like a data gathering clinical trial. One of them was a radiation trial, and another one was a treatment trial with a new drug. And all of them had its benefits, different types of benefits, and I'm glad that I participated in all of those different trials. I know that when I first, the reason that I was approached to have a trial, and a lot of times it's because you've progressed. The medicine that you were on, it doesn't work anymore. So my oncologist said, you know, you've metastasized to your brain, and we could go to this medicine that we have here, your next line medicine, or there's a clinical trial that you might want to consider. And the reason that I thought that the clinical trial was a good idea was because the medicine that I was going to be going on next in line was FDA approved already. It was always going to be there for me. It was always going to be on the shelf, but the clinical trial medicine wasn't always going to be available. And he approached it and said that this was going to be a different treatment option, another treatment option. And when you have stage 4 cancer, any type of cancer, you kind of have limited resources as far as treatment options. And I felt like if I could give myself one more treatment option before I exhausted that last medicine, then that's what I really wanted to do. So that's what I did is I participated in the drug trial. Before I even participated, one of the things that they did with me was they had this consent form, and you have to sign a consent before you do anything anyway, surgery, procedure, same thing with a clinical trial. They made me read this consent form, and I urge all of you, it can be a little intimidating because they're really long. Sometimes they're 20, 30 pages long, but I encourage you guys to read it. And I read through it every single sentence because it was important for me to know what I was going to go through and what the trial was looking for. And I actually would take that consent form out and use it as kind of an itinerary, because it will give you, on this visit, you're going to have this done. So I would know, oh, okay, today I'm going to have blood drawn, or, oh, today I'm going to have scans drawn, or I'm going to see this person. And so it was a really good thing to have and reference to go back to and see exactly when and what was going to happen to you. So that was really great for me to have. And the other really important thing about participating in clinical trials that made me happy was when you participate, you really do get a lot of extra visits. And some people might not like that, but I really did. I liked having extra visits. I liked having extra tests, because I enjoyed looking at the numbers of my labs, looking at the scans, and making sure that my cancer was in check. And so you really do feel like they are really looking after you and taking care of you and making sure that everything is done safely. And so that was very, very reassuring. So I think that that was really good. And the other thing that I really liked about clinical trials is that doesn't matter how long you've been on the clinical trial, you can always jump off. There's no problem if you say, I changed my mind. You can always change your mind. Your doctor, I know, would, they're not going to be upset with you if you get off the trial. And I think that that's really important. That was important for me to know, that it doesn't matter at any point in that trial if I thought things were getting too hard or I just didn't like the way things were happening. I could just say, you know what, I've had enough and I really don't want to be part of this clinical trial. So I just think that being part of a clinical trial is really not that scary, and it might sound cheesy, but I feel like at this point in my life, if there's something that I can do to help others, then I feel like I want to participate in that. That's just how I am. So I hope that this was helpful, and thanks for listening.